Life is full of twists and turns. Life is full of twists and turns. Twist and turn, twist and turns. We are the children of God. Twist and turns, twist and turns. Life is full of twists and turns. Smadu.
Hello children, I'm Teacher Grace. In our English lesson today, we are going to learn about use of there is and there are. Use of there is and there are. But before we start our lesson, I want us to start with a song. You can stand and we sing together. Use of there is, use of there is, use for one person or one thing. Use of there are, use of there are, use for more than one and call one somebody. Use of there are, use of there are, use for more than one person or thing. Use for more than one person or thing. In our today's lesson, we are going to learn about use of there is and there are. We use there is for one person or one thing. There is we use for one person or one thing. There is we use for one person or one thing. When you are using there are we use for more than one person or one thing. More than one person or more than one thing. For there is used for one thing or one person. There are you use for more than one thing. More than one thing. We have one and many. We have one and many. One and many. So when you are using there is used for only one person or one thing. When you are using there are, we use for more than one person or more than one thing. So, for example, we have a sentence like, there is a boy in the room. There is a boy in the room. We have one and many. There is a boy in the there is a boy in the room. We are talking about one boy here. That's why we are using there is a boy in the room. When you are talking about many, you say there are boys in the room. There are boys in the room. There are boys in the room. Here we are talking about one person, about one boy, and here we are talking about the many boys. So you say there is a boy in the room. When there are many, you say there are boys in the room. We have another one. There is a book on the table. There is a book in the table. There is a book in the table. We are talking about one book. There is a book in the table. When there are many, you say there are books on the table. There are, this one should be on. There is a book on the table. The book is on the table. There is a book on the table. Now, when there are many, you say, there are books on the table. There are books. There are books on the table. The table. So here we are talking about many books. Many books they are on the table. And here we are talking about one book is on the table. So there are books on the table. There is a tree in the garden. There is a tree in the garden. There is a tree in the garden. We are talking about one tree here. We use there is. When there are many, you say, there are trees in the garden. There are trees. There are many. There are trees in the garden. There are trees in the garden. So when you're using there is, you use for one thing or one person. When you're using there are, you use for many things like boys. There are many. You use there are. Are we together, children? Yes. I know you have understood using of there is when there is one thing or one person. When you use there are, you use for many things. For example, there is a boy in the room. We are talking about only one boy. So you use there is. When there are many, you say there are boys in the room. There is a book on the table. We are talking about only one book. So you use there is a book on the table. When there are many, you say there are books on the table. We have there is a tree in the garden. We are talking about one tree. There is a tree in the garden. When there are many, you say there are trees. There are many in the garden. I know you have understood our lesson. Until next time, children, I wish you all the best. Bye-bye for now.